All right, welcome everyone who just joined the stream. Today I'm gonna be building some automation that could be used for the bug bounty. The idea is just to build one of the automation that could be used on my Discord server. So some of the members can get access to those results of my automation. So not sure if I could be able to finish everything under one stream, but at least I will try to build the core for it. So yeah, it's really glad to be finally back after a couple of weeks without streaming, without doing any content. Past couple of weeks, I gotta say that was pretty much intense. I did like pretty much intense bug bounty hunting. Endless sleepless nights, and yeah, I managed to find multiple critical vulnerabilities, but usually you won't see the results as quickly as expected. Usually it takes at least 2 weeks, sometimes months, even though it's critical vulnerabilities. It is how it is. Like, I'm not from the top 100 bug bounty hunter, so usually the trash team will respond in different time scales, because the same program might have some VIP bug bounty program and some public program, and VIP program will have like selected few hackers, and in VIP programs we usually respond in 2 hours, while on public programs we could respond in 2 weeks. That's how it is usually, but I will get there. I'm kinda sure. Hey everyone, thank you for joining. That's really cool. And for those people who are interested in some content, it's gonna be arriving each week from now on. I'm already working on new video. The next video will be about different browser plugins what I personally use in bug bounties, and I will explain how I usually use them and why it's really necessary, because I received a lot of questions before about browser plugins. So I guess that's gonna be really interesting information for the most people. So this will be my next video, and I have some plans about like creating the series about different types of vulnerability classes, and for each of vulnerability class I will dedicate like single video, and I will explain like the similar way how there is Discord channels, like the explanation about vulnerability, where you find them, how you test them, and maybe some like real world examples. So this is the idea what I currently have. Hey, hello. So, and today, yeah, I will be mostly working on scripting. I'm mostly familiar with Python programming language nowadays. I have a background in PHP, but like, as long as I remember, when I worked in the cybersecurity field, all the time I used Python. So I guess that will be the main programming language that I'm gonna use. And my idea for the automation is to create leak detection on GitHub, and it will be constantly monitoring certain things, WordPress, PHP. Well, I was working mostly with Laravel and Symfony, little bit of Symfony, if you know those frameworks. So those frameworks by themselves are pretty good. Like, they have some things. Your live hacking session. Right now I'm not doing a lot of live hacking sessions. I have some live hacking videos. Feel free to check my Patreon. But I do sometimes try to like show my methodology, and I will upload videos for like limited amount of people. So check my Patreon. There are some content there as well. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, today I will use Python. I will use ChatGPT most of the time because I know developers nowadays use ChatGPT. I'm not like developer. I'm kind of shitty developer. If I'm not really good developer, but I'm pretty much okay cybersecurity guy. So it will be mostly I will be creating the script which will like monitor certain keywords for certain companies, and it will check if there is some API keys being leaked, if there is some kind of password being leaked, or many other data. So for instance, AWS keys have certain API key structure, and if that API key will get leaked alongside with some keyword which resembles certain company or I don't know, certain domain, then I will get notification to the Discord channel. So that's like the main idea what I will try to do on this stream. And yeah, I will mostly use ChatGPT for that because yeah, I can do a lot of Googling on the stream. That's like how it used to be like few years ago, how most of the developers were building applications, but now they are just using AI as far as you know. But I'm not like working as developer. You will see like my coding skills are not the best, but I will show what I can do at least. All right. So it's really glad that a lot of people are joining. I really feel pleasured that a lot of you have joined. It feels really welcoming. It's really awesome. So before we start building some automation, my idea is just like give some feedback around what was happening in the cybersecurity place in like past couple of weeks. I mean I will check one post which I give my personal opinion about this as well, because I see a lot of bug bounty community discussing about that. So I also give my feedback because I haven't commented, I haven't shared it, but I also have some feedback. All right, always Recon lives can see live hacking. I mean, what should we do to collect Recon data? Well, the thing about live hacking, there is a reason why you don't see live hacking, because it is against terms of service about on the platforms. For example, for YouTube, for Twitch, it is against terms of service to like upload live hacking. If you show how you just collect data, there is nothing against the rules. But if you show like actually how you hack on the live target, then that's kind of questionable actions, and it might get account suspended if I just try to do that. That's why I don't want to like show a lot of live hacking videos on YouTube. I might show how to hack, but only on my own computer or like by playing CTF. That's not against the rules, but if I show on the live targets, that's against the rules. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, yeah, my ex-colleagues in IT all using ChatGPT. Yeah, exactly, and it makes life easier. I don't want my code to look like really professional. I'm not going to the job interview to show my coding skills. I mainly use the programming as the tool to achieve certain goal, not like to showcase my skills. So can you do it on Twitch? What about on Discord? Okay. So there is a Discord group on the video description, on the stream description. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, which Discord server, you can basically check the Discord server, and on that server I have certain layers of different memberships. So different members will have like different access to certain Discord sections. So let me quickly switch my screen and I will show you what I mean. So for instance, the main info starting out and the community, all of those channels are mostly accessible by everyone except the members. There is like member section which is actually accessible only like from tier 1 up to tier 5 members. So that section belongs to the members, and then vulnerabilities section is for tier all the tiers from the 1 up to like others. There is hacking for a higher tier, and there is automation, like highest tier members would get access to those automation channels. So what I will be building right now is one channel right here. Maybe after the stream I will add that channel where people might get some notifications about like if there is a different leaks in the GitHub or something like that. But right now what I want to do is only just create a Python script. So I will be building that basically. Yeah, so are you Russian? No, I am from Lithuania. All right, so let me switch my screen again, and like I was talking mainly about this post on the X platform. As you can see, it was pretty popular. It reached around almost 165k, 66k almost views. So it reached out quite a bit of the community, I got to say. And this guy got permanently banned on the Bugcrowd platform, and he was like basically what he said. He found the P1 vulnerability, which is critical in other words, on T-Mobile program. Well, he haven't disclosed which type of vulnerability he found, and he said he felt that T-Mobile bug bounty program cheated on him, like gave low vulnerability instead of critical one. So yeah, those sometimes do happen, those instances do happen. But one thing that people have to understand, that different bug bounty programs will treat like the same vulnerability differently. For instance, one bug bounty program might treat XSS, which might lead to account takeover, as critical, while other programs might see it at medium, at max. So it really depends on the company's threat modeling, depends on their policy. Sometimes they even not accept certain bug classes. So we don't know the side of the T-Mobile, like what I was trying to say. Even though he says, like he claims that he was mistreated, the program was cheating. Bug bounty. Okay, let me check the chat. Bug bounty, which program language use? It really doesn't matter. It's up to you what you want to use, but personally I use Python. I seen a lot of people building a lot of tools with Go language. If you want to be efficient, I mean, if you want your tool to work really fast, you might want to choose Go language. But if you just aim for a speed development like me, the Python also could work. But like any other language could work as well. Depends what you are trying to achieve. Bugcrowd was way too harsh on him. Hey, I'm doing cool. Yeah, Bugcrowd, actually they could treat some researchers pretty harsh, but we don't know actually the full story. We only know this guy's side. So for those people who haven't actually seen this, let's read everything right here. So hi all, as all know, a few days ago I posted about critical vulnerability I submitted to the T-Mobile bug bounty program, and they cheated me and gave severity of P4 despite technically technically the keyword here, the severity is P1. So this is the first part. Codingo clarified that the ban is for a year, so not permanent. So this is misleading, but yeah, for the year, I don't know. This is kind of harsh as well, I gotta say. But let's read the only like this part. So got access to their instance and have all admin access, read, write, delete actions where possible. So basically he got access to admin endpoint. The team made lame excuse and not paid anything and gave it as before. I contacted Buckroad support and shockingly they didn't help and said we agreed with company decision. Yeah, I seen a lot of posts actually, the platforms, not only Buckroad, to be honest, like agreeing with their customers, but you have to understand by the end of the day the platforms get the money from their customers. So it's like they will try their best to like do things for the researchers, but if there is like very real disagreement between researcher and the customer, like for 9 thanks for the follow, 9 times out of 10 they will agree with the customer, because just, you know, this is just a business, it's all about earning money. So you have to understand that, how like basic principles of business. And yeah, for the researcher it's kinda bad, but well, all right. Basically, as the researcher, you have to forget and move on. But it's really harsh, dark side of the bug bounties, but it happened to me like multiple times, and if I will be crying all the time, I will waste my time. So I just move on, try to hunt elsewhere, and eventually I will like tide my skills with certain programs, because certain programs, like the thing about T-Mobile, I got to say, like I don't have too much personal experience, but like I talked with some researchers who are like successful with T-Mobile, and some are like got pretty negative reviews, and I think it's kind of mixed. Some people say that they're not really good with them, but I know a couple of people who are actually hunting on T-Mobile and getting pretty decent results. The thing is, you have to understand what they expect from you, and I read their policy, and they like specifically say what they don't want, and specifically say what they really want from your reports. But like they have the top goal and what they want you to reach out, and if you reach that top goal, they will like be really generous. And yeah, so basically how it goes with this program. Personally, I don't have a lot of experience. I submitted a couple of bugs. One was out of scope because the vulnerability class actually was not like what we are seeking for. So I understand that and I moved on. And other thing I found, I can't say the bug class, but it was really serious one, but unfortunately that was duplicate. So I found one duplicate, and right now I also submitted a couple of bugs, but I'm waiting for their response. So all right, let me check the chat. Golo was banned on Buckroad earlier. This was his second and perm ban, I guess. Oh, okay. What's your PC specs? I mean, it's kind of decent, but it's not the beast PC. If you've seen my X posts, one post, like I mentioned, but I almost fried my CPU. I have Intel CPU. That was a really bad decision I made, because the newest generation Intel CPUs are trashy, and I'm using that. So yeah, I have that, and I have like, I think 92 RAMs, like newest RAMs. And apart from that, it's not really like crazy computer specs. All right. Is bug bounty your main work? Yeah, right now I'm mainly doing bug bounties. It's like my main type of income. And I occasionally have some pen test clients as well. I do some pen test as well. How you can make Tor browser run faster? I'm not the right guy to answer that question. I don't actually play too much with Tor browser, so I don't know. All right, so let's continue on. So he said like the team made lame excuse and not paid anything and gave it SP4, but he haven't concretely mentioned what it was, what the lame excuse was, and things like that. And I get that because he might not want to like fully disclose what was happening, because you can't leak too much information usually. What the point of having mediation team if they cannot help? Well, sometimes if there is a mild disagreement between you and the trash team, I mean the customer, if there is a mild disagreement, well, yeah, that sometimes the mediation team might help, but it's, as I said, like it's usually 9 out of 10 times if there is like really big disagreement, they will side with the customer. After I thought to show more impact, so the last time I showed them more command. After this, T-Mobile staff sent private messages to Buckroute, and there was activity going internally. Yeah, and the thing is about this one, like usually the trash process will take so long time. Like they will message like the Buckroute and like program will message back and forth a lot, and you were the guy who found critical and you were expect like them act real fast, but the thing is usually it take weeks or even months to like finally to get something, your answer. And especially if you are waiting that long time, you shouldn't expect much. You have to like set and forget methodology, because if you expect 1 month for critical and you won't do anything apart of that, you could get heartbroken if something went wrong. So I guess you have to like report and just move on. This is how you should go about it. Okay, so next thing, I already assumed that T-Mobile had no answers to my questions, so most probably they gonna ban me. Since T-Mobile haven't helped me either, Buckroute helped me despite them having mediation option and just ignored me. And bro, actually I not sure the timeline, like the correct timeline when that actually happened. But bro, I have some reports, not only on Buckroute, but on like HackerOne as well. I have some reports which actually haven't been answered for, I don't know, like 9 months right now or even more. They haven't been answered, and that like those reports are really, really serious. Like the impact is financial loss for the customers, and I found like reports like that, and those are not being answered. So that happens and you have to deal with it. This is some bullshit we have to deal, but if like you have to decide if the bug bounty is for you or not. But yeah, so just move on and forget about it. This is like the best. All right, pieces of advice for new hunters. So like as I said, like first advice, if you find a bug, just write the report, submit, and don't expect anything. The best thing, like you have to train your mindset to not expect anything from bug bounties. Just report and forget. And also don't focus too much. As a beginner, you shouldn't focus too much on automation. You should focus on training your skills, how you should test using like manual approach. Only burp suite should be your best friend. Some people use Kaido, you can use that as well, but for me personally, I use burp suite. So there's like 2 advices from me right now. I might give you some advice later on. All right. Do you know web development, backend, frontend, which program? Like, I'm not, as I said, like, I'm not a developer right now. I'm cybersecurity guy. I know a little bit about backend development since I had some backend developer with a PHP role. But right now I will just build some automation with Python. Okay. So yeah, let's continue on. I assumed blah blah blah. So he was just bitching about mediation team. And like when I start, I remember my few first post on Twitter. It was Twitter back then, not X. When I started out doing bug bounties, I was like similar mindset. I was bitching on the social media, but as I seen, like it won't go you like long way if you try to do this. Just submit and forget. I kinda like to talk with other people how they actually dealt with certain programs and how like certain programs react to certain bugs. I kind of like to discuss with some people about that before like going to test on certain program and spending more time on it. I like to like say the bad things and good things what they do, but right now I don't like to bitch on the social media about it. All right. I was left with no option, but clearly they cut the communication with me, and since the bug is critical, I message John so respectful for asking the evaluation for severity. So right here, I'm not sure what this guy is, Chief. All right, so he did the thing. He did one thing what is against the terms of service of the bug route. He actually reached out to the employee of the company. And if you know the platform guidelines, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't even reach out to the treasures on LinkedIn, on the Discord. You shouldn't do what you should do is only reach out through the platform. And the rules are there for the reason. And if you break those rules, don't cry about it that you got banned because you broke the rules. And there are right this one. He basically just snitched himself what he did. So I guess for the platform to give the warning at least at the beginning to not do this. And after you violate that rule second time, then yeah, you might get banned. I seen people in the comments mentioning that it's not the first time he broke the rule. So I guess in that case, yeah, I don't know. But I get his mindset. I get what he how he feels. But we don't know the second part of it. We don't know what actual bug he submitted. Because the bug, sometimes certain bugs won't be accepted by certain programs. So, as I expected, I got permanent ban from Buckroute and they got nice excuse banning me from contacting outside. So yeah, basically repeating. This is how trap works. First completely ignore the researcher and then ban him. The voice can be shut. And one thing what he haven't mentioned, what I said in the beginning, is the exact timelines. I'm not sure because I worked as a treasure and I received a lot of reports from different, let's say, researchers, but they're actually pretty shitty bug hunters. And come on, sometimes people do submit reports, bug bounty reports, and then they don't even wait 1 week or even 1 day. They the next day will write spam the inbox any updates like crazy person. And that's really annoying. We are not sure how much time it actually took for them to respond, because as I said, sometimes programs do respond it will take months sometimes. So yeah. Your policies are in favor of your customers, and researchers are left with no power, and you can completely harass and threaten researchers as much as you want to cause my thinking nothing with someday. Your policy isn't about country rules. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes bug bounty could feel like slavery, but yeah, if you don't like this type of work, you shouldn't participate. You should try to find a job or be a independent pen tester and do that instead, because I don't know. This is the the part we have to deal with some shady programs. Not saying that T-Mobile is shady, but there are certain programs who are actually shady. But I know, as I said, like T-Mobile has some mixed reviews. By some researchers are saying, well, we are not treating real well, but I know some successful people who are actually collabed with, and T-Mobile are like pretty generous. But there are, as I said, like certain things that they expect from you and certain things that they're not, and their policy is pretty saturated. Like not saturated, but it's pretty descriptive, and you can get the idea what they want from you at least. All right. So to all researchers, the summary is: I spent my time on T-Mobile. John saw the bug bounty program and gave them nice critical vulnerability, and in return they cheated me and got banned from the platforms. My entire progress and hard work lost in seconds. And other thing, but we are not sure how much time it actually took for him to find that critical vulnerability. If it took like months or like couple months to find that, well, yeah, I can get the sadness of this, like to being, marked as low instead of critical. So I get this point of view. So it could be really stressful. Why your camera angle look like? I don't understand your question. Can we do bug hunting as full-time work by the end of this? Well, I got to say, bug bounties are really, really competitive, and it's really, really hard. But like my suggestion is start in the industry, start in the cybersecurity industry at least, and then move on to bug bounty. Don't like quit your job and start pursuing bug bounties, because it will be really hard for you. At least what I suggest is do it as the side gig, maybe do it as a hobby at the beginning, while you're working at a certain job what's kind of similar. So that's my advice to you at least. So as the beginner, you shouldn't do extreme. So once you start rolling some bounties, then also like not quit your job, but like if you are looking for stability, but if you're don't have the family to feed, if you're like, I don't know, young guy, you can try bug bounties definitely. All right. Your policies are broken and you have double standards. You cannot take actions against companies, do cheating, instead you ban researchers that work hard. I'm not a famous researcher and I not get much attention to this issue and hope others can learn. Yeah, and other thing also about bug bounty programs, what he actually brought up right here is that actually the favoritism in the platforms do actually exist. And for instance, if two researchers, one of them are like have a lot of good reputation on the platform, and other is just starting out, if they submit similar reports, actually the treasurers will act differently. That's like how I experience myself. This thing do exist, and it's just the way how it is. You have to climb the ranks and prove yourself, and after that you might be treated differently. You have to prove yourself to those platforms. So it's how it is. And you basically, my suggestion is, either you accept how the platforms are, or you just switch the career or like switch the platform on the program itself. Because if you can change anything, don't try to cry about it, you know. Just move on and try to do something different. I don't know. But I mean, I get his frustration right here. I felt the same way when I started out. I was treated really bad by some programs. So I know that. But sometimes, personally, from my personal experience, if you give the second chance to certain program, even though they treated you bad in the previous reports, sometimes just giving second chance after a while, you will be surprised sometimes. I mean, I was hunting on one CRM software private bug bounty program. So initially I submitted like 5 reports or something, and those 5 reports they were like not being looked by the customer. They were being looked on the HackerOne trash team. That was on HackerOne, and they forwarded that to the customer, and customer haven't responded for half a year. But after responding, I gave the second look to that program, and I hunted for I think 2 months, and I found over 30 bugs there. And like those bugs were actually reviewed pretty quickly after that, because I think what happened is their cybersecurity or trash team on that company changed, and basically the different team was handling that, and because of that, the different experience I got. So yeah, that's basically the ins and outs about some bug bounty things and some my personal experience. But again, about T-Mobile, I don't want to say that they are a bad bug bounty program, because like if there are some people who are actually doing pretty well on that, I mean, you have to focus what they want from you, at least. That's my key takeaways, at least. All right. And this guy, I mean, I think he's kind of experienced right now. I checked his bug route profile. It's definitely his band, but on HackerOne, he's, let me comment on his rank. He's doing pretty well right now. It's like 90 days. The reputation is over 100, but if you look all the time, that reputation is, I mean, it's better than average. Like, it's pretty average. It's not a top tier hunter, but he's doing pretty well. As you can see, like, there is not like VDP programs. There are like real bug bounty programs, and he's constantly finding bugs right now. As you can see, on one program, he found over 70 bugs. And maybe he, from time to time, he will find some critical ones. So yeah, he's doing okay. I haven't seen his bug route profile, so I don't know. Can you feed someone methodology? Well, I mean, it really depends on the target. What I try to do, it really depends on the target, and like different target will, different program will have like different methodology that I use. So if you are just a beginner, you can check the Discord, and there is starting out section or like learning sections as well. You can check those out. I actually disclose many things what I personally think about many bug bounty programs. Like I could quickly show you. So for instance, there is starting out section, there is fundamentals, there is glossary about different, you know, keywords, learning section where you can start out, and like just my personal opinion where you should focus as the beginner, and you can check those out, and pretty good, I got to see. And like choosing program, choosing platform, choosing program, and I also talk about some like membership if you want to check like different vulnerabilities, but there is everything for free on the internet, so you can also try to choose the free route as well. But if you want to get some structured material, you can also check that. So yeah. Hi, any Indians who want to team up? Message in Discord channel. Yeah, I kinda, you can always ask the staff about creds politely. Yeah, easy bug. Unless it could be considered social engineering as well. So all right, so we discussed about this quite a while, like it's around 40 minutes, but what I want to do is actually get to the point what this stream is actually about. So I created the separate GitHub account, Hackerman 0 day, because I will be building some kind of automation for mainly just GitHub stuff. Just the idea is just for that to use like keyword, like just find password or something like that, like this type of keyword, or maybe some AWS secret. Just look for those strings, like for example this string plus the company name, like I don't know, Amazon for example. So I will do the automation to constantly monitor for certain domains. So this will be like domain plus the keyword, and it will have like list of domains and list of keywords, and inside, like when it get the results of that, what it will do, it will go through all the results and try to see the patterns, if there is like certain API secret being leaked or something like that. If there is, I will get the notification to the Discord channel. Very pro GitHub name. Yeah. Yeah, Hackerman 0 day. This is lead speak. Definitely recommend using lead speak everywhere. How do you approach the new bug bounty program? What's your process for understanding the scope? Some people say the scope is negotiable, especially if you find some critical bugs. Sometimes you can just report, even though it's a little bit out of scope, but you can just ask and see how they respond. If they don't accept that, you shouldn't go further. But usually just, just read the policy and like really thoroughly before starting doing anything. And that's basically it. What degree do you have? A bachelor? Yeah, I have bachelor in computer science basically. After a degree, I worked as like programmer at the beginning, and then I transitioned to the cybersecurity. I'm an effort saver. I tried this method and it's waste time. What you're talking about? What you're talking about? Waste of time and effort? Are you talking about checking for leaks? Because, well, yeah, if you're doing it manually, usually manually you won't find it really quickly. But if you build automation which constantly monitors over and over, and you're running that on the server, you have a chance to spot some leaks. But because those are usually spotted really quickly, and especially if you have a lot of invites of private programs. I do have a lot of invites by many private programs, so those are like hunted by less people, and because of that I have like higher chance of spotting secrets. But you don't actually need to limit yourself only to GitHub. There is other places where you can build the automation to check the leaks. So there is, for example, Docker Hub. On the Docker itself, you can like monitor certain Docker containers. You can monitor pastes, how it's called, the paste, like I give you example, the paste bin. There are other websites like this where you can monitor for certain things. So not only limit yourself to the GitHub, but basically just to don't waste too much time on just one, like all of those. I won't be able to build automation for all of those things. I will just focus on GitHub right now. All right. How to get private invites. You will get invites once you start building your reputation on the platform. So to build reputation, and again, like before even building reputation, for instance, on HackerOne, what you can do, you can actually play CTFs. They have HackerOne CTFs, and if you complete certain CTFs, you will get invites. But the best strategy is where you actually could submit some actual bugs, and you will get some invites after submitting bugs. But don't expect if you get private invites that you will start finding bugs on private programs, because, well, I mean, most of the bounties I got are actually on the public programs, not private ones. So don't think that if you don't find, but you will be finding only bugs on private ones. What types of vulnerabilities do you focus on for high impact results? Like, as I mentioned probably a couple of times, I focus mostly on low and medium bugs first, and I like to stay on one program for longer time. And if I stay on the one program longer time, I understand like different functionalities. I read their documentation. I understand every product, and I really invest a lot of time in it. Even though I'm focusing on low and medium bugs, eventually I will start finding some weird stuff which actually could result high or critical ones. I will give you an example. For instance, I was focusing mostly on IDORs and XSS on one program because I spotted the pattern that they have a lot of XSS and IDORs, but I found a couple of IDORs which actually led to account takeovers. So the post endpoint was, when I edited the data on post endpoint, there was ID of the certain thing. I won't disclose what it was, but basically if I edited that ID and sent the post request, it generated the token, and using that token on the URL, I was able to get redirected to the other user's account. So it was basically account takeover via IDOR. But IDOR by itself, usually the max impact would be high, but in that case it was critical one. And usually the medium and low bugs are really easy to find. Not say easy, but way more common bugs. And if you like constantly are getting one bug after another, and it will motivate you to stay longer on that same program, because if you will focus only on critical and high bugs, those are really rare. If you like find 1 to 2 bugs, like 1 to 2 criticals per month, maybe you could get duplicate, maybe you can get awarded, but until that you will feel really stressful. So in order to avoid that stressfulness, I suggest you to focus more on like simpler bugs first. How do you balance automated scanning with manual testing in your workflow? Usually I don't do a lot of automated scanning. Only thing that I do automated monitoring of subdomains, and I have dedicated Discord channels for like certain programs where I monitor certain subdomains which will be new for that program. And if there is a new subdomain appearing with like a different status code, then I will just go it and manually test it. I just only do right now I will just do like monitoring for that, live subdomains and like new subdomains, and that's all. But I do have, but I'm planning to like expand a little bit. I might do some, you know, leak detection. So all right, let me quickly open up my ChatGPT and see if no chat is being leaked. I will use this lab. All right, one thing what I need to do is actually create the API key, because I will be using GitHub API as part of my script as well. So on the profile, I think you need to go on the settings. Yeah, settings. And there is maybe account, or no, not account. Applications. There should be something about API. Actually, I forgot where you can get GitHub token. All right, let's ask ChatGPT. Just to save both my and your time. Developer settings, should be developer settings, something like that. GitHub. Okay. No, it should be. And I'm blind. Oh, okay. I'm truly blind. All right, not the app. Let's use this. Not sure if I want to use this because it says beta, or I should use classic one. Let me quickly switch off the screen. And all right now I'm just generating the token. I will set the expiration to the 90 days. I'm not sure if I need any of that scopes actually, because the thing what I gonna need from this GitHub token in particular is just search functionality, and for the repo workflow I don't need those actually. Admin, maybe guest, but I don't need to create action on that as well. Oh, all right. Let me generate token, and okay, I need to provide node. So leak detection. I will write like this and see. Okay, I have copied the token right now. So I have stream directory. Let's create new directory on the stream, and let's call leak detection. Let's go to the leak detection, and let's create the file called GitHub token. I will paste it right here. Don't want to show this on the stream. All right, I have created the file, as you can see. Wait, I haven't created. Come on. Oh, it's not showing because I'm not using LA option. It actually exists, but if you just write ls, it won't show, because if you use dot at the beginning, it is like considered as hidden file or something like that on the Linux operating system. Okay, so apart from that, from the GitHub, I don't think we're gonna need something more. Let's see. Oh, thank you for joining the following. Thank you. All right. So right now we can write to get the template of our script. We will improve it a little bit later, but to get the template, I can actually write out the requirements for ChatGPT, like what I actually want to do. And afterwards, we will be improving bit by bit. So like to develop the application, firstly, what we're gonna need is like have the core of it. And after the core, we will try upgrade like small step at a time. Hello. So right now, I will just write the context and what I want to do. Build leak detection CLI tool using Python. I want to use let's use like this keyword domain and check all the results. Cite each of the results. Check for this API secret. Let's do a AWS API secrets only right now, but later on we will expand to this. So I wrote all the context that I gonna need using ChatGPT. So I want to build GitHub leak detection CLI tool using Python. I have token. Let's give some like even more context. Saved in GitHub token file. It should be loaded to the Python script. Alright, so as the core of our script, it will be more than enough, I guess. Let's see what it will generate for us. It's pretty powerful. I'm kind of amazed, like, in the age we actually live in, because most of the stuff I actually, like, back in the day, when I was developer at least, I have to Google everything. I was mainly going to Stack Overflow, checking what other people, like other smart people, were doing, and like copy pasting mostly, but modifying a little bit my own code. All right, so open function will read the token file. Use the search API, scan secrets, access keys, and secret key. Build CLI interface. All right. So before that, what I want to do, I want to use VS Code as our code editor. So you can actually start it from the command line, just using code in this. So I don't want actually to open this. Let's call the script I'm not really good at giving the names, but I guess that will work. So let's try copying the code and maybe just modify it. Let's check the main. GitHub leak detection tool. Let's call it leak detection because later on we might want to expand it for other stuff, not only GitHub. Keyword to search for it. Alright, so the domain to search for. So like this. Parse arc, search and detect. So it will load the token, search the GitHub. It will get search GitHub authorization. All right, what is the query? Oh, it goes like this: the keyword plus the domain. All right, so that was actually what I was thinking about when when I wanted to develop it. The load GitHub token is basically just opening this file where I stored my token. If I were developing this with other people and like using Git for it, I will probably also create git ignore file, and I will write that this GitHub token file should be ignored as well, just not to accidentally leak anything on GitHub myself, because those do happen. Those mistakes do happen. That's why I actually created the separate GitHub account, you know, just to be extra safe, extra paranoid, just if I leak my own credentials on the stream. So, you know, just because of that. So search GitHub will like create query, and this will be URL, and it will just send request using requests library. And it's really simple using Python, because you can basically, it will save a long list of like multiple lines. If you try to develop this in Java, probably it won't be 65 lines. It will be like, I don't know, 600 maybe. But it's from the runtime perspective, it's not the best language, but from the development speed perspective, well, yeah, it's kind of flexible, I got to say. All right, so this is like the different patterns. So AWS secret key. Not sure about this one. Let me check. Is this the correct pattern for secret key? Access key would look like this, and secret keys. All right, it could look little bit different than expected. All right, so I mean, both of those should be present in the file at least. Because if I only will be looking for those, for this one, for example, I could get a lot of false positives. And like before I want to, let's say, push to the production, I want to minimize the false positive results, because I don't want to see in the Discord pinging me like minute after minute with like some fake results. So that's why I have to be extra sure if everything works fine. But I mean, there will be definitely some false positives, but let's try to minimize that. All right, so this will check for AWS secrets. So all right, let's firstly, what we will do, I could also run the script from this command line, like leak detect. Let's give the keyword. So the keyword is AWS secret, and then give the, like, which program we should test on. What I could do, I could actually create my own repository and leak something. But to test like with some decent results, I might want to like add some live targets. So I don't know, which domain should I use? Give me the program name, like any program name. Chat. Hey chat, are you sleeping? Okay. I see almost 20 people are watching. So just guys, just give me any program If no one gives anything, I will just pick any. Maybe not T-Mobile, because I don't know. Let's maybe try this global. What I was trying to... Oh, PayPal. Yeah, PayPal is pretty good. PayPal was also a pretty big program. But the thing is, there could be like customers of the PayPal. This could like, even though I will search through all the GitHub, like not only PayPal organization and their employees, but all the GitHub. So this could also like include some sensitive stuff. When testing web apps, do you test subdomains or main domain? Usually I will like, it really depends. If it's like public program which exists for a long time and have been hunted by many people, well, yeah, I will try to test for other subdomains, not the main program. But if it's like public program, but it is has been launched not a while ago, like few months ago, I will definitely test the main application as well, because not all people will find everything. So and especially if it's private program, yeah, I will test the main application mostly. And if it's really SaaS application, like really big application, also I will test the main application. But if their main application don't have a lot of functionality, if it has been tested by a lot of people, I will try to find some subdomains, either by using various CLI tools or like by just Google dorking. I like use some kind of dorks which resembles user registration or register endpoints or APIs. And I will just go to those sites, try to create accounts, and after logging in, I will try to test the functionality for most of the bugs, basically. Alright, so let's continue to our script. Let's test how it works. Okay. Secret keys. Okay, it's giving me a lot of results. Let's try running right here as well. Leak, detect. Wait, the first goes keyword, so let's do keyword secret and then PayPal. Let's open this one. Okay. And as you can see, we are receiving a lot of false positives. So, not sure if it's really interesting for us, because I mean this pattern is really generic, because what it's basically saying, I can like explain what it does. Actually, it is looking all the alphabet, like both lowercase and uppercase letters, and all the numbers, and it has to be 40 characters length string. So I can basically do the same like with ChatGPT, like explain regex this, and it will basically say like they are just choosing from those letters, I think also those symbols, like this slash symbol and plus, and it is 40 characters length. But it could be like spotted inside some other stuff, so it could give a lot of false positives. While on either case, like this one, it has certain beginning before like those characters and certain length. So what I will do, I will try to remove those lines for now. Just, you know, the secret keys. I'll try remove secret keys. Or maybe just ask ChatGPT to change the script as well. I want to not check for secret keys, only for access keys. Yeah, so it's gonna give a lot of, you know, false positive, but access keys by themselves are not really the bug. But I just want, right now, what I want is just to test the script by itself. So right now it's not actually searching for the main bug. Which type of bug do you get the most in manual and automation? Well, with automation I don't get too much bugs. As I said, like, I use automation mostly just to get some leads, as I said. So as I said, like, I only get the certain subdomains which are added for certain programs fresh, and then after like getting ping back on my Discord server, like, I could show you pretty quickly, like, for example, Dell program. This is like the new domain what was added. I get the status code, I get the length, title, the potential AP, not like real AP. And if I see like 200 or some redirect to 200, I will definitely try to check the subdomain, and then I will go manually. But my automation don't find me too much bugs, it only finds me leads. Alright, so let's try changed code. Right now it's way more simple, I guess. Alright, let's clear this. And it's very verbose. I don't actually need that much of information from my script. While it failed to fetch. While this fails to fetch. Alright, I think there is limitation for GitHub API. So what I need to, right now, what I need to update is actually to follow the limitations of the API. So what I will do, I want my script to follow GitHub search API's limitations. If the, how it's called, API block received do timeout for certain time and retry. I will like try to add some extra functionality right now, because what I think it's doing right now, I won't show you, but if I like check the current script, it will say fail to fetch content of blah blah blah, because it's actually going really fast, too fast actually. And as far as I know, GitHub API limits, there are certain limitations. Like, this is not sure, this is not outdated, but let's use search API limits. Unauthenticated users for authenticated users. So there is a limit of 5,000 requests per hour. But if you have like GitHub Enterprise Cloud Organization, it will be higher. But there is limits per hour, and there are limits per hour, and there are limits per 1 minute, like how much request you can send. And definitely my script were sending way too many requests, and I was basically missing out on many potential vulnerabilities. So yeah, per minute, no more than 2 points. Okay, let's clear this and see what ChatGPT. I will just copy the code and analyze myself if some new stuff is being added. Yeah, handle rate limit. If the rate limit was reached, will sleep and retry. Alright, so... And yeah, the thing about GitHub API, it has... in response, it has the custom header, and it will just tell you how much time actually you need to wait until the next request. So this is really convenient for us because it will just basically retry sending request after the certain time. So this is that. And other thing what I want to do, because right now if I right now if I, for example, use those search terms on the GitHub, like if I go to the GitHub search and I use secret PayPal, and if I check the code, you can probably see that there are a lot of results. Using API, I can get way more results of the code, and there is a certain pagination right here, and there is a limit for that. I think there is like 1000 or something like that limit. Like right now, as you can see, I cannot go to the page 6, but with API I can access a little bit more, but not all the results. So what I will do, I will ask ChatGPT as well to go through the pages, because right now, as far as I see, it just queries that and just check the first page right here, like this. So to go through all the GitHub result pages, not only the first one. And as you can see, I'm not actually actively coding, but at least I know the things what I need to do. And if you don't understand what's happening behind the hood, then you actually need to do a little bit of debugging. So, but right now I don't actually need to do that, but probably we're gonna try to do that. And I'm not really good at debugging. I will just use print command probably if I gonna need it. I'm not master developer, as you can see. All right. Okay. Pagination support. Yeah, actually, what I was... Yeah. Let's try updating it. Let's try to find... Yeah, there is a page. Can I have per page result bigger than... Okay, let's just ask ChatGPT. Like, ChatGPT will know better than me, than Google probably sometimes. Max limit there are... Sorry for my grammar, it's not the best. The maximum limit per page parameter is 100. Results And what is the max pages for GitHub search API? I could do Googling, but this is way faster and I want to save time. Okay, the limit is 1000 results, so it means the 10 pages. What I could do to access the most recent pages. Okay, my idea is for this script is actually to go through only the newest results. So I might add some filters for the certain dates, like certain dates. Okay, to access most recent results, blah blah blah. Can use created pushed filters through the search query. Okay, created. Okay, don't write the code right there. Okay, I want to no, let me think what I could do. If I get instance like this, then there are a lot of files, like as you can see 76 like 0.5,000 files. So with GitHub API I cannot get all of those. I can only get 1000 of them. So the idea is like to use created or something like that, using like, I don't know, this month, or maybe this month. No, damn it, how I should use created. Pushed. Okay, let's see if I can use this one. This is not working, or I'm using it wrong. Okay, I want to use only for today's date minus 1 month results. Go through the max 10 pages if possible. I just want to basically get the most recent results, because this gonna be just monitoring script. I might want only, I don't know, like get maybe even the week, not month, just 1 week results. Yeah, so monitoring works only for the newest results, so even 1 day could be even better, but I don't know. So it's updated using time delta. It's for calculating the dates. Handle rate limit, nothing changed here. Search GitHub. Yeah, so it added the while loop. It's added 100 per page. I don't see where this, oh, the date is right here, 1 week ago. So the date filter, I think, where is the date filter? Oh, it's in the query, and it says pushed instead of created. So let's try use word pushed. Is not supported when searching code. Oh, come on. Try searching for repositories instead. Let's ask ChatGPT if it's... Sometimes it could hallucinate, so I just want to be extra sure. Will work with GitHub Search API. Oh, come on Discord, let's sit in VC. No, I'm doing the stream right now. I don't have time with discussing on Discord. Okay. No, unfortunately. So, come on. Why you're providing me the code then? Search pushed filter is not supported in code. Search code not allowed. Filtering result beta push D direct. Or come on. As I said, like you have to spot those small things before you push anything to the code. Please give me all the code right now. All right. So right now what it will do, it will basically as the GitHub code search API will work really differently from this one. It will basically fetch all the results from like 1 week's perspective. It will calculate the current week. It is like month 10, and like from, I don't know, maybe 9 or 8, like 7 days ago, and it will fetch the results. Right here it's not working, but on the API it should work. At least you will see. We will let's try first. So the page, so date filter 1 week ago, and it will use created, like this query. It will use this query and it will go max through the 10 pages. But I think that will be hardly the time when you will actually need to go through all the 10 pages, but I don't know. It will be really rare cases then this will happen. All right. So let's try it again. And it has finished actually. Was it working properly or not? Because I don't know. Okay. Is created working right here? Okay, let me do one thing real quick. I will create one repository by myself, like test blah blah blah, public repository, create repository, and I will create a readme file. I'll just create readme md, and I will include this access token and then have word paypal.com in it. Commit changes. I have this repository right now. Let's see if my script is really working. No, it's not working for some weird reason, because I think this is the actual case. If I remove it, will it work right now? Yeah, that was the actual case. Let's use months. No, days. Okay, so I will try to update this. Come on. Use created filter in the repository search API. I don't want to use the repository. Jesus. I don't want to use repository search API. I want to use code search API. God damn it. Okay. Doesn't support or pushed. Fetch results, then process filtering manually. Okay, then what are the alternative strategies to get the most recent results? If all bug hunters do this, this will result in dupes. Yeah, I will use this on the private programs, not on public ones. So there is less chance to get dupes. Because I think some people are actually using this. So there are certain people who are like constantly monitoring GitHub, not only for leaks, but maybe some people accidentally will post their, for instance, Bitcoin wallet private keys and stuff like that. So people are constantly monitoring GitHub, you know. So alternative strategies: narrow the scope, increase search specificity, more keywords, password, manually filter by commit dates. Can we filter out by commit dates? Oh, by using certain languages, specific searches. I think what we can do, we can try to use certain languages as well. Manually filter, but this will result way too much queries to GitHub API. Because if you can imagine, like certain companies might not use certain programming languages. So I don't know about this one. Use code search API. Okay. The link, thank you in advance. What do you mean? Please speak in sentences, because I don't get what you are saying. What link? What you are talking about? Assalamu alaikum. No, I'm not a religious person, I gotta say. Let's so there is multiple things what you can do, like we can be more specific, or rather what we can okay, what we can do is actually let's use search API, like not owner, use paypal.com, the keyword is password, like not secret, and maybe use some extra keywords like I don't know, alphabet letters, but A won't work. Or what we can use is like this, a PayPal. Okay, this will give less results. Let's see. Okay, we reduced the results right here, but it's not 1000. So, secret like this maybe. All right, it's better. It's better. Okay. But it's not the best. I want jeez. Okay, I will ask differently. Like if the query will give me total of 7k results, how I can go through the most recent ones, or how I could just ask how I could go to the most recent ones, since the GitHub search API only supports k results, like this. What is your current strongest PC build? Share it with us. Which GPU? I don't even have GPU. I'm not a gamer, so I do sometimes play with mobile games, but not nothing crazy, you know. I used to be a gamer a while ago, but right now I'm not currently spending much time on it. Rather, I'm just focusing on bug bounties. Okay, so using language. What about using path? Repo, secret, pagination. Can try and you paginate in each query, return subsets, helping you bypass limit. How this could be achieved? They're not actually giving GPU is important for AI and hacking, isn't it? If you are building AI model yourself, then you're probably gonna need a good GPU, but you don't actually need to use your own computer. You can use cloud infrastructure. But I'm not building AI myself. I'm just using ChatGPT to build the code. Okay, what you are using for virtualization, like what OS do you hack? Show us right now. Right now I'm just using Windows, and I have subsystem of Ubuntu, right? Like back in the day, like 3 years ago when it was introduced, it was kind of shitty, but right now it works pretty fine, since I both need a lot of CLI tools, which comes with Unix terminal mostly, and I also need a lot of Windows programs as well, because sometimes I do pen tests and I need some Word programs, and those will work best on Windows operating system, or maybe Mac OS as well. I can also work on that. It won't matter for me which operating system. I can work on any of them basically. Is this PC build good? Well, for me to do most of the stuff, I don't need to have a very strong CPU. I can basically also work with my old laptop. Like if I'm just doing manual hunting, most of the stuff will work. unless if you are using Burp Suite and you are using a lot of plugins, then yeah, it's good. It could be pretty aggressive. But for manual hunting, you will mostly spend majority of your time on the repeater tab, and it doesn't require a lot of computing power. Gotta see. Okay, let's see. Search across file extensions. So okay, so this example will show like how you can search with file extensions, but I don't want to search by file extensions. Specific repositories, maybe not that interesting. Date related keywords, this will be too specific and it could miss a lot of results. Sport can use get commit history of each file manually later. I don't want to use manual. At least now. Alright. What you can use, like type 2 hypervisor or VMware or VirtualBox. If you're looking for VM software, it really depends on which operating system you are currently working on. If you, for instance, have Mac OS, I recommend VMware Fusion. Other people use Parallels on there. On Windows, I don't know. It depends on how much, like if you want for paid solution or not. But I think I use virtual. Yeah, I just use VirtualBox, and for me it does the job. But I'm not the expert on virtualization software. It might be better or worse virtualization. I don't spend way too much time on that, so I can't really comment. But I don't know. For Android, I think I used BlueStacks or Genymotion. I use those two just to have like emulator, and you can set up the proxy using those if you want to test for mobile apps. Alright. You got a new subscriber, bro. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for subscription. Sorry, bro, missed some part of this. Don't worry, I haven't actually created a lot of the script. Right now I'm just experimenting how I can basically delimit the results, because if I use like a keyword plus the domain name, I want to reduce that to 1000 results. Like either what ChatGPT is suggesting me to be more specific, either use like dates, either use specific repositories or the extension. But the thing about those, it will be too specific and it could consume too much API like power. Got to see. Please sub back to me, Phantom, everything, bro. I will check your channel and I will see, like, not all channels I want to subscribe, because I've seen some, let's say, hacker channels who are like not actually doing the right stuff. So I will have to do research before subscribing, you know. So you'll see. All right. So. Alright, I want to use the fourth option. How my script will look like. What the hell? I'm already doing that. I think the AI have misinterpreted what I actually need. But let's see. Page. So it's doing rate limiting, alright. Okay, but it's actually not the fourth option, but it's using the extensions here. All right. What about the different characters like this? Like subdomain plus, you know. But I'm pretty sure, but it's gonna miss a lot of results, you know, because some of them might have like this, for example. They'll have a lot of results, while a.paypal will have way less results. This is kind of crazy. Let's use... Okay, this one is better, but secret PayPal. Maybe this word is kinda messy. It could mess up a lot of stuff. Languages, Markdown, and as you can see, for example, even though if I use or I should be, for my keyword, I should be more, you know, more specific, not like secret, blah blah blah. Like access key, this one looks interesting. Yeah, in this case it might work. So I instead would use more specific keywords. Alright, there will be cases then it's over 1000. Still, Let's do some Googling as well. Search API. Yes. Okay, let's check Stack Overflow. Incomplete results because the query rate limited. Okay, I already know that. Trying lower amounts, results per page show incomplete results without implementing. Okay, this is actually not solving. Can I sort the results? Like if there is a sort option for GitHub API, then that could work actually. Let's ask ChatGPT. is there a sort option by the date for the GitHub search API for the code? Okay, already subbed, thank you. Everyone in the chat just subbed to this guy and phantom everything. If you need hack Wi-Fi networks and use vfit command or cal Linux. Alright. But also other thing about hacking, also make sure you're hacking on the only on yourself, on the or on the people who give you permission for that. So just to, I have to say the disclaimer for that. Does not support sorting by the date like repository search, which allows the code search API. Not available. Manual filtering by commits. Oh, come on. Okay, but this will happen in some, I think in some rarer cases, like for PayPal. But if there is a, let's say like the program which is like slower, like a smaller company, not like PayPal, and it has a private program, this won't have big results. I don't know, like give some example. Not sure if Costco has a program, or like no, Costco, like this. Right here, for instance, it will have less code. So I already spent way too much time on like figuring out how I can bypass that 1K limit. So right now I will just leave it as it is. So like access key, blah blah blah, and like leave it as it is. And instead of like using this one where I used the create, I will have this code right now. And I will also provide that for ChatGPT. I will just use this code for now. I will just provide that. Okay, don't give me the answer. Like access key, fetched page, 100 results. It will go through all the page. And as you can see, it will tell how much time it will go for the sleep because of the rate limitation. For the amount of requests, what you can get. Hey, hello, Cyberlad. So, like alternative, what I could do is like between each request I could use the time sleep command. So where is like requests? Yeah, after fetching request I could add like 1 second, so it will work more smoothly. I don't know, maybe 2 seconds. Oh, and checking file, failed to fetch content off. While it's failing to fetch content, it's saying failed to fetch content all the time. All right. Let's see where a mistake of the script. I mean, getting the initial results using GitHub Search API works. It's not the best, but at least it works how intended. But then when it's try to like this search and detect and tries to fetch the URL, like raw URL, let's try time sleep. Let's do 60 and just print, or maybe not, I don't need to do any debugging. Right now I can see why it's not properly working. I need to use a raw function like this one, raw GitHub user content, and I will update please use instead for fetching the code. Yeah, I will try to update the script, just just update by using raw GitHub user content. Since, as you can see, for example, if you go here, maybe not here exactly, but maybe this readme file, right here it shows like this, but what I can do is actually go to raw, and this is the better way for at least for the computer to read the file, so I will use that. Let's see the updated code. Boom. Let's clear this. Okay, fetching the results. And later on, my plan is to add some threads. Definitely for GitHub API, I cannot add many threads because it is limited, as you can see. I could get rate limited very, very fast, but when analyzing those different files, I could add some threads, like fetching those, like, let me show you. As you can see the results right here, so it goes to each of that result and check for leaks, like this. So I could use many threads. For example, one thread will take 10 of those files and check those 10 files. Other thread will also like split evenly, and the plan is to maybe just use I know, like I could specify the amount of threads I want to use via command line. This could be like another option. All right, so updated script. Okay, it will let me see. Yeah, right here it's updated a little bit. All right, but for the simplicity's sake, what I will do as well, page. Okay, let's try running this one. As you can see, I get rate limited really quick before going here. So my idea is just, to fetch only 5 pages just for now, just for testing functionality. So make it to fetch max them 5 pages. Let me quickly see. Just, you know, to get some less results. Limit pages. Afterwards, I will limit to the 10 pages, so I will change that afterwards. Okay, so let's do this. Stop that, and it will work way faster. But this won't work. I will just copy paste everything here. My accent is not Russian, it's Eastern European. Russians have way different accent. Hi, what do you recommend after finishing Portsvigger's Academy? You can try Pentester Lab as well. They have a lot of pretty decent labs. It's paid one, but they are pretty good actually. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's copy this code and see if it's yeah, the 5. Yeah, right here. Let's see if it's fixed our problem. All right, it's checking the files, it's checking the different files, but as you can see, it is going one file by one. And what I can do, I can start using multi-threading, and of course the Python has their own libraries for multi-threading. So I will try to speed up my script way faster. Okay, so I want to add multi-threading. My script when fetching different files. It should have an argument for threads, but if it's not specified, use default of 10 threads, or maybe 5 threads. Let's use default for 5 threads, because I think when you access the code through here, you know, just using raw search like here, you won't get rate limitation, so that's why you can use multi-threading. All right. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see right now, the new argument was added with default of 5 to the main command line interface, and then like concurrent features, this one, like new library were imported, and where it is, fetch raw content, search and detect. Yeah, in the search results the multi-threaded options were added. So let's try using this one, and we can try using this, but like specify threads, like 10 threads. So you will see it will run way faster. It's crazy how fast it goes. It's right now it's very verbose because it's showing what it's basically doing. As you can see, checking file, but as you can see, access keys. Maybe on this file. Okay. So access keys on this file, it looks like AWS access key, as you can see, but it's like an example. Does it have paypal.com? Well, for some weird reason they have detected it. So yeah, it's working, and as you can see, it was really fast because of multi-threading. But what we can try using is to reduce some, false positives. Like this could be used alongside with some automation like cron tab. I will probably show this on the next stream, how you can use the various scripts on cron tab, how to set up the pings to the Discord, like how you can constantly monitor it. I will also include the files, but just to like have the one file for different keywords, another file for different certain domains that I want to constantly monitor. So there are some additional layers where I can add on. So let's see what we can add on this one. So right now I want for it to be way less verbose, but before that let's ask a couple of more things. So if leak found, please include the, okay, for example, like this will specify the line. Like if I go here, like from the other page, okay, I will open another tab. It will go directly where it is, like as you can see, line 30. If I click on here, it will like also write which line it found. So if the leak will be found, I will get that link and like specific location on that file as well. So please include the URL with line, for example, do not show which, no, okay, I will just join. Is it similar to GitHub? Yeah, I think I heard about this tool. It's something similar, but the thing about GitHub, I think it only goes through, yeah, it goes through GitHub organizations. So you specify the organization, it will check the employees of that organization and that organization repositories, and basically will check the leaks there. But what I am doing, I'm going through all the GitHub code, like if it's being leaked elsewhere, because sometimes there are employees of the company who are actually you won't find them tied to that company. They might have their own different GitHub accounts, and on their own different GitHub accounts you can find the leaks. So in that case, just using, you know, some like access key plus I know, like paypal.com, dorks like this could work better. So that's why I was just trying to build automation around that. So this is like updated script with line number reporting. All right, let's try seeing what new was added. Check for AWS keys, this one. Does it have like yeah, line number? Oh, come on, I need the URL. Or oh, okay, never mind. I want to be it for it to be less verbose, so I will exclude this line and try running right now. Let's see. Okay, it fetched 5 pages, like the maximum. Why this is not working? Let me check. Not found. It's crazy. Some of those are not found. Potential AWS double keys. Okay. So this is false positive. All right, we found. Oh, okay. We haven't found anything. We haven't seen anything here. This video might need to have some editing afterwards. Jesus. Yeah, so like if I will be constantly monitoring, I will be definitely finding keys. Okay. I will just write where, and then I will have to manually check. But right now, let's add some couple of more features to this script. So, as I mentioned, what I was seeking for is, instead of like saying specific keyword, instead I want to have like domains file, like multiple domains, like domains txt, like one is PayPal. Just add 2 domains, so other will be this global, for example. Okay, so there will be 2 domains, and other file will be keywords txt. So it will be access key and it will be secret key. For now it will be enough, I guess, just for checking those. Later on I will add other keywords of the stream, definitely, because I will be monitoring probably for, I don't know, like 25 keywords or something like that. And not only that, what I will update as well is not only to check for AWS access keys, I will also update checking way more keys, like I know, like list of 60 keys. But what I want to do is check for various like strings to like eliminate the false positives. So I will try right now to update the script. Let's just cat out domains and keywords. So all right, let's use ChatGPT. Labas rytas, awesome share. It's right now, labas rytas means good morning, so it's not morning right now. Well, I guess you're from the United States, probably, or somewhere from the Americas, probably, or maybe Australia. So in there, yeah, it could be morning right now, but right here where I live, it's how would say afternoon, probably. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. So yeah. So I want to update the script to use the files instead. For example, domains.txt file will include domains, and keywords.txt file will include keywords like domains like paypal.com, global.com, and keywords file will include keywords like access key and secret key. So right now let's make the script parse those files, which should be present in the same directory where this script is as well. So let's see. All right. And I could use other ChatGPT model, you know, like which is way faster than this one, but I want to be more accurate, and I also want, while it's writing the code, sometimes I want just, you know, to comment what I'm doing. So yeah, let's see. Status code file, and right now it's just checking for AWS. Oh, hello, thank you for joining. Search and detect, and it's getting chunky. I gotta say, this script is getting chunky. Function reads, loading domains. Okay, domains file containing list of domains, keywords file. Yeah, that's exactly what I was seeking for. And instead of using those keywords, let's use the files. So it will be keywords and it will be domains, and I have threads as well, so let's use 10 threads. Oh, and it's also updated a little bit of verbosity. Checking file. Okay, it's too verbose. I want to decrease the certain print functions, like eliminate certain print functions, like right here. Checking file. Let's search for other print. Failed to fetch. Searching for keywords. Okay, this amount of verbosity is enough, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I got rate limited, unfortunately. I'm kinda proud, like in almost 1 hour and 20 minutes or so, I got pretty decent script. Okay, come on. Pretty decent script. I need to update it for sure. Why not use simple for loop? Well, yeah, I can use just simple for loop, but the while could work as well. Some endpoints are not. Okay, the lesson I actually learned during this stream to not actually open those. Because they can actually contain sensitive information. Is it using the multi-threading? Oh yeah, it's using multi-threading, so all right. Yes, I'm making some leak detection for GitHub. Right now it's just checking for AWS access key. By itself, the access key is not sensitive, but if we can find some like more sensitive stuff alongside with it, it could be pretty good. Yeah. So for instance, I have 2 files. One contains keywords, like keywords, and another contains domains. So I will just use like access key plus PayPal and secret key plus PayPal on the GitHub search, like right here, for instance, and it will return me the code, like how much files there are present, and it will like use GitHub API, and it will go through all the pages. GitHub API has more pages than right here on the like regular search, so it will fetch all the files, and then I will use multi-threading for like for instance 10 threads to like go through all of those files and check if a certain regex is present. For instance, for AWS access key, there is a pattern for this one. But later on, I could add more patterns. For instance, I don't know, like DigitalOcean pattern, S3 bucket keys, and stuff like that, basically. So I could actually update right now, but it's kind of good for the like detecting, but I want to add more stuff. So like this line, if I got this line alongside, I want to append if the something new was found to the like I don't know output txt or lead detect txt. So I want to add a little bit of output. So let's do this. Right now I want to add the output to the leak detect txt file. Only the unique lines should be added. I want to add something similar alongside the print function of where it is, potential leak, blah blah blah. Yeah, so this one alongside of this function, but only to this file, leak detect file. Yeah, so I just want, yeah, so like creating your own unique tools, your own unique approaches could actually, yeah, so some people if they specify into the certain things, they are very very unique, they differentiate themselves in the bug bounty scene, definitely they could result some decent results. I know a couple of people personally who are basically all they focusing on is automation, and they're like each month they are constantly making some money from the automation alone. So definitely that could be one of the things. But this thing what I'm currently working on is just for my Discord group members. So yeah, and I'm making it public, just, if you want to try it yourself, so feel free to do so. All right, so it's still writing the code. This line I have to update after the stream. Instead of 5 pages, I will write 10 because this is the max what I could get. And yeah, those are set named sort. All right, so let's see if it works properly. Okay, potential. Again, I want to filter out certain print functions. Okay, this one is alright. Automation bug hunter today is new. Yeah, I know he's really good, but he's doing automation before it was cool. He's built a lot of stuff, and he's checking a lot of different vuln types. So yeah, he's really good automation guy. But I know like new hunters as well, like which specialize in automating stuff, even though they are also good at manual things. And well, definitely it's not for the beginners. I gotta say, like once you are good with finding bugs manually and you can retract your steps what you did before finding that bug, then you can automate certain stuff. But yeah, definitely. Okay, so output. Oh, it's using output file, but I not necessarily need to specify it. So let's do this. Boom. Oh, wait. I need to update my script because it's too verbose. It's hey, thank you for joining the stream. I'm building a little bit of automation about leak detection on GitHub, but maybe on the next stream I will expand this a little bit just to test for other platforms, not only GitHub, but maybe some paste websites like Pastebin, maybe Docker Hub. So it's going really fast. The development itself, it's going really fast, and it's definitely not the best code I wrote. As I said, like I'm not developer, not the best developer, but okay-ish bug hunter. All right, and I could improve my script a little bit when it's like failed to fetch raw content. I could try adding certain flags to my script for like retries. Potential AWS key found. So those I want to see in the final output file. Yeah, I like that's why I like the thing about Python. I really like the crawler capability of it. They have a lot of libraries for just web crawling, so definitely you can use their API. I'm sub that you are showing this live. It helped me, the beginner. Yeah. All right. And yeah, I will. My plan is also to create this series of videos, like multiple videos for different vulnerability classes, and that will be more geared toward beginners, because right here what I am showing is maybe a little bit advanced, because unless you like programming, so it could be fun for you as well to do. I'm just showing some ideas what you can try. It's definitely, this on the GitHub itself could be pretty saturated, I gotta say, but it's just for fun. I'm just doing this for fun, but we'll see if I can actually spot some, sensitive stuff. So let's see if the new file was created. Lead detect txt. Yeah, okay. It's actually showing some file. Okay, I will open on the other browser just in case, if okay, I will try other. Okay. This one. Right. Okay, cool. So it's saving this one. So let's do a little bit of testing. I will use nano for that. Let's delete middle line, and we will rerun the script, but right now I want to update to only print out if the new line is added to the leak detect txt file. All right. Hopefully the AI will understand what I mean. Okay, let's close those. Yeah, and about those series, it's not released. I will be working on those videos. It will be something similar to my Discord channels. So I will create the new video about each different vulnerability type, my personal take into it, and you'll see. Okay. There aren't many bug bounty YouTubers. Yeah, but more and more people are joining, actually, to show multiple stuff. Thanks for your content, brother. It's really enlightening. Thank you for those kind words. Are you from Kaunas, Lithuania? I have friends with similar accents. Yeah, exactly that. The same city you mentioned. I'm from this city. Nice, but we have something in common. It's way better to say that instead of people saying that you have Russian accent. It's kind of offensive, actually, to me, when people say that. And I don't blame those people, because we just don't understand, but it's maybe it has some similarities. I won't deny that, but better just say Eastern European accent, not Russian. Because not all the countries want to be associated with Russian. All right, so let's see this this script. Okay, the output, but what I was looking for is only, all right, it's in the if sentence, and if the new line was added in that particular file. So, all right, let's try rerunning this one. Lithuania girls are hot. Not all of them. Oh, damn it. I hate that this verbosity is checking file. Yeah, the thing about girls, like, I don't want to say that certain country girls are like hot or certain countries girls are not. That's not all the case everywhere. There's like all the countries, I think, have both ends of the spectrum, let's say. So, but if you say on average, yeah, I guess that could be true. All right. Well, on my Twitch schedule, I mentioned that this stream will be at least 3 hours, but we will see. Like, if I have patience and energy, it might be longer. I don't want to limit myself, and definitely I don't want to feel it as like a chore or something, you know. All right, fail to fetch raw content, blah blah blah. Failed to fetch raw content. But this one, what I was actually looking for is only show the lines which actually, you know, are added new to that file. Right now it's just printing to the screen, but my idea is, instead of like, yeah, it could be used for printing to the screen, but alongside to writing the new line to the file, alongside that, it should also send the notification. So if we check the script, like, yeah, right here. So I will just add the line right here, and it will send notification to the Discord, you know. So this will be pretty decent thing to do. So yeah, for the beautifying stuff, you know, for the beautifying standpoint, we can try use some terminal coloring, what I really like to do. I know the Python has some libraries to like write, you know, certain stuff in the red, in the blue, blah blah blah. So I will try to add this feature as well. So let's ask ChatGPT as well. Let's add some coloring to the terminal. I want to print errors in red, informational messages in light blue, maybe not light blue, how it's called, navy color, or light blue, I don't know. And that, how it's potential keys found in terminal green, or maybe just green. It doesn't matter if I write uppercase or lowercase, I think. So I will add some terminal coloring. Okay, so this does require adding new libraries. So what I will do, I will add requirements txt file. Let's add requirements txt file. After this, I will add the requirements txt file, because just in case if I want to deploy this script on some server where I will constantly want for the script to run, I will need to make sure if all the dependencies are met. So that's why I'm gonna need requirements txt file. Term color. Not sure if this term color. Oh, hello Z. Dot. This just I will just use Colorama or something like that. This library. At least the ChatGPT is suggesting me to do that. But like this, and I will copy the code here. So requirements txt. Create, yeah, just Colorama. All right, I just needed to see how it should look like. And right now, like this, boom. I already installed that. So let's maybe delete 2 lines and try to run this file and just see if those 2 lines will be printed out to the screen with different coloring. As you can see, it's using every time I make this mistake about verbosity. I will just write ChatGPT, please do not use the line width like this, or this line like this. Okay, I will just write ChatGPT just to avoid it in the future and rerun the script. Yeah, rate limit. Yeah, it's in red. It's cool. All right. And I gonna take really short break, like 2 or 5 minutes. And after that, I will return. Before that, I will just answer one more question and then I will give a short break. Is this like one big tool for bounties? No, this is just for leak detection. Feel free to check this stream, like just return back and you will see. Like it's just for detecting AWS access keys right now. By themselves, they're not sensitive, but what I was just showcasing how you can like start from the scratch, like add one functionality, add another functionality, and you can just build a like really chunky big script. And I'm just using ChatGPT and like just showcasing how you can like build pretty good tool from the ground up. And I will answer a couple more questions later on. I just need to do short break and I will return really quick. All right. All right, I'm back. I actually was preparing a little bit of coffee, you know. Just needed a short coffee break. So, okay, I see. Is he using VSL or SSH into Linux? Yeah, I'm using Linux subsystem actually. So, just for building this type of script. It works for me at least, so I don't know. I like previously I used Linux with Unix terminal for most of my stuff. I used Ubuntu's operating system and I built some tools on it. But right now I use Windows just for sake for my pen tests. I do need a lot of desktop applications like I know some Word and some video editing software as well. So that's why I'm using Windows. Maybe someday I will use Mac OS probably. I used to use those computers as well for work. So I'm not the guy who says like one operating system is better than another. Definitely the like for the different cases they have some advantages and disadvantages. So it's at the end of the day it's just a tool, you know. All right. So let's turn back to the script. As you can see, as I was expecting, it is giving me the desired result. So those two lines were just adding new lines to the final file, like leakdetect.txt. As I will be adding more domains, more keywords, it will be way more chunky. That leak detect txt file. And I will also try not only checking for AWS access key, but I might want to add way more detection. So Mac would be better. Yeah, the Mac has its own advantages as well, but you cannot build real strong like with a lot of memory, like a lot of CPU power and a lot of RAM just by using Mac. For the most cases, like using desktop PC for that will work better. It really depends on what you are trying to achieve. So Mac is maybe I will use Mac laptop while I'm traveling, and on the travel if I want to hack, yeah, definitely it could be pretty decent. And if I'm like if I'm constantly traveling to the clients, yeah, like having Mac could work as well. So that's maybe for me personally, that's most use cases where I see. I used to have Kali as my main OS, but I switched back to Windows with VM. Yeah, I used Kali for some time for main OS, but I don't think that's the right choice. I like for the bug bounties, you don't need that many tools that Kali offers. Mostly you will be just like either getting a lot of tools from GitHub instead. So like just having Debian based soft operating system could work as well. So parameter find any tool, sir, please share. I don't get what you mean by that, because there are multiple ways how you can find parameters. One of the way is just using multiple third parties, like Wayback Machine. Not sure if it's currently working, like webarchive.com. Okay. Is it still being DDoSed? Yeah, I think it is, so. Or it's working really, really slow, so yeah, it's loading, but it's really, really slow. Maybe, not sure if I'm because of what I'm streaming or it's still being DDoSed, but as far as I know, Web Archive is being DDoSed, but there are other like third-party providers which could fetch a lot of URLs, and you can also use crawlers alongside with like fetching from the third parties. So in this way you can gather a lot of parameters like by using automation, but like manual approach still like kicks in the butt to automation for just parameter fetching. I use Dell XPS, triple boot, Windows, Lickman. Oh yeah, so it's good for you that you have a workstation. But I don't need all the operating systems at this moment, so I mean, it works for me at least, the way how it is. Kind of, yeah, exactly, having Kali as my main OS kind of felt weird, plus I couldn't do certain things, so I prefer VM till I have another computer maybe. Yeah, and I seen some people using double boot. I tried that. It's kind of annoying when you need to switch from, you know, Windows to Linux and Linux to Windows. That's kind of sucks. Using VMs could work, but using subsystem could be even better. It's for some reason it works faster, at least for me. Use Magic Recon. What is Magic Recon? I think I haven't tried this one. What it is? Fully automate reconnaissance. Well, I see it's kind of outdated. Install Sage is not outdated, so. But the script itself. Simple, fast, I don't trust the frameworks. I mean, frameworks are being used by many hunters, and if you use framework, you will get duplicates, like for the most cases. So that's why I just prefer building my own stuff sometimes. Now, no, I actually prefer just hunting manually, but I'm just building this for fun, you know. You don't need Kali. Some bug hunter even has burp as the only. Yeah, actually, there are even people who are not even using burp suite. They're just using browser and that's it. There are some people like that solo browser people. Yeah. FUF plus word list, still good. It depends. It depends on the target. I don't usually do a lot of content discovery unless I find the asset that nobody have found before. Then yeah, I will probably test with some FUF. But like sometimes I do not even use FFUF. I usually just use burps intruder. Sometimes it's even better. Especially if it's after authentication, like with FUF, it's possible to test after authentication, but it's even simpler with Burp Suite. So, you know, just to discover the content after authentication. The only thing I worry about VSL is Windows Defender doesn't scan everything in it. yeah, that's true actually. That's true. But don't go to dodgy websites, dude. Don't download, you know, from the darknet, the files from the darknet, and you won't get, you know, in trouble. Okay, burp only, interesting. I'm still pretty new to bug bounties. I spent about a year learning everything else. Kind of scared of bug bounties because they always say no automated scan. I get confused. Yeah, so actually the burp suite for the beginner is only one tool that you do need. So just focus on like manual testing, try solve Portsvigger Labs. Give us a full advice or a map road from passive recon to active attack, and all the way from finding vulnerabilities to exploit them, and some advice of bug bounty platforms, how to select a target. Alright, you haven't seen my Discord, and on the Discord I have start and out section, which is actually available for everybody. So there are fundamentals, glossary, like different words what we actually mean. The learning, where I personally recommend like getting the core knowledge for bug hunting, at least. Like not everything is necessary, but like there is some recommendations from my side. There is choosing platform, choosing program, and I offer some membership where you can unlock some my personal take about certain vulnerability classes. So if you haven't checked those, like I could explain a whole day how you can get started, what you should learn from, blah blah blah, but I don't like to repeat myself. That's why I have created this starting out. So just check that. The link of my Discord server is in the description, so just feel free to check that out. I've been doing Hack the Box for a while as well. I'm decent, but I can get stuck sometimes. Appreciate that answer though. Start using burp more. Yeah, so Hack the Box, like CTFs in general, they are very, very different from the real world. On the real world, it's way harder, even harder. So on the Hack the Box, it really depends on your skill set and on the, like, not say severity, but the hardness of the capture the flag challenges. So yeah, if you're just planning to use Burp Suite more, as I said, like don't do CTFs, maybe instead try to check the Portsvigger labs instead. Those are way better if you are aiming for web testing. If you are aiming for a pen tester career, then yeah, playing with some CTFs might help you a little bit. Alright, so as we can see right now, the script is kind of decent, but before wrapping everything up, I guess I gonna add some features. So my thing is, just instead of just checking for AWS access keys, I want to first just to research other potential keys that could be leaked. So I will just ask ChatGPT for that question. All right. What other API keys or leaks could be detected which have unique regex, less false positives? All right, let's do some research. I might need to do some googling as well. I don't want to trust fully on ChatGPT for this one. Okay, the secret key actually has different regex, as we can see here. This one has AWS keyword, which is unique. So it might, be interesting to include. Google Cloud API key could be interesting. Okay. GitHub personal access token. This one. I seen this one. Okay, Slack token, Twitter API key, Facebook access token, Heroku. Okay, that's a lot of things. I'll probably start with bug bounties. I do want pentest career, but I don't have a lot to show to skill lol. I was thinking about getting OSCP or something. You don't actually need to get OSCP to start cybersecurity career. For entry level type of roles, you can just basically learn about OWASP top 10 vulnerability, because those are really common questions to be asked during the interview. Just learn about that, just to understand main vulnerability classes, because as the beginner they won't expect that you will know everything. So just learn about those and try for various job offerings, and just try to see if like junior or entry level positions are available. And even though if they in the job offering they will mention that they expect a lot of experience, like 2 years plus experience, blah blah blah, just ignore that and try instead, because like don't get discouraged by certain requirements of job offering, because they're kind of like, some companies are kind of flexible if you are passionate enough. Just keep taking notes of every process you do. It will help a lot when going for the cert. Yeah, and also like try to learn every day by yourself. If you are looking for a pentester career, try to read OWASP testing methodology, like their checklist and how you should test for a certain vulnerability class. Like this is really good introduction for the pentesters. But for bug hunters, it's little bit different, because it's way more about the impact, not like detecting all vulnerabilities. CTF is like playing game of swimming without really know how to swim in real life. Yeah, it's learning to swim on the go. Yeah, that's pretty good analogy. That's pretty good analogy. All right, so let's continue on. So let's add those to the final script. And I will try to add those, but I will try to edit out manually, those different API keys, tokens, blah, blah, blah. And other thing what I could add is like potential passwords. But with passwords, there will be a lot of false positives. So yeah, right here, check for leaks instead of check for AWS access keys. This will be, as you can see, a lot of patterns. And I think Tom Nom Nom has GF patterns or something like that, where he actually included a lot of regexes like this. Not only for secrets, but for the parameters, for instance. So this one is interesting. Okay, there might be false positives because it is checking for many patterns. Honestly, I see, thanks. I honestly just thought OSCP might help me, but if employee is generally flexible, mean have chance. Yeah, if you have OSCP, you are not junior anymore. You're at least mid-level, at least to my view. And the thing about OSCP, yeah, in the industry, it is considered as like the beginner level certification, but it takes time to get that. And it's kinda expensive, the OSCP certification, and ideally you want to already be working in certain company and ask if that company wants to fund you for that certificate. Because sometimes the companies do want to invest in their employees, and it's way better for you personally just to not blow another 1,000 just on certification. So speaking of that, which methodology is really good? Like people say OWASP, OSTTM, NIST. If you are seeking for pentester role, like especially for web testing, so stick to the OWASP. It is really good introduction, at least. And OWASP is really good organization, so you should trust them for sure. Oh, the ChatGPT got stuck, I think. Oh no, this is enough at least for this one. Okay, it has way more patterns. So right now, what I will do instead, I will try to bump up some more threads, and I will add time just to measure how much time it should take for us to run this for 2 domains and 2 keywords. Oh, you can see SendGrid API key. Let's see, SendGrid SG. This could result in some false positives, not sure. We'll see. Google Cloud API key. All right. Well, I'm kind of glad that I actually gave some impactful advice during this stream. At least, if I change one person's life, this stream is not like, you know, it's worth it. I would recommend CSH if you want to work on a company since it has term hacker. But yeah, definitely. I think CEH certification could grab some attention for sure. And it's way less costly on your wallet. Well, it looks like I'm finding a lot of different keys, but if I will be rerunning, you know, this script once or twice an hour, it won't show that much. Like right now, the second time if I run it, and as you can see, it took almost 2 minutes for the two different targets. But imagine if there is like, I don't know, like 20 keywords for 20 targets. So it will take way longer, and I probably gonna need way more GitHub accounts with different keys. So I see only reason I think about CSH is a lot of people say it's not like good compared to SCP. I'm not sure though. If your goal is just to get the foot in the door per se, is just to get the first job as in the cybersecurity industry, the CSH is a good start. But if you, I don't know, want to take 2 steps like really fast, you could go for OSCP like at the beginning. But I just recommend, if your top goal is to get the job as fast as possible, you can try getting CSH, and then while you're working in the company, try to aim for SCP. So you can try that, or you can as I said, like Chekhov ASP methodology, learn about the different vulnerability types, and try for entry level or junior roles. That will be even faster, I think. Just be very, very confident and passionate in the interviews. So you will get your chance. Anyway, how to bypass the rate limit? And which rate limit do you actually referring to? Like in general or in the GitHub? Or the in GitHub like this current rate limit? If you're talking about in general, you can use multiple things like multiple servers. You can try that. You can try using some certain frameworks like Axiom, for instance, Lima, but not sure. It's like closed source right now. But if you are like hunting manually using burp suites, and you will get rate limited, well, in that case you can try using VPN just to switch your IP. Some people are using Amazon, which like each request will be sent through a different IP. I know some people are using that, and you can, like, I'm just giving you ideas, but like for the most part, while hunting manually, and if I get blocked or rate limited, I will just switch IP using VPN, and that's it. Oh, in the GitHub current script, so how I can distribute that, I think I could distribute this script on the different servers, and on different servers I could use different tokens, different GitHub tokens. So in that case, in parallel, I could fetch way more results way faster. So this how you can do. I have CSH as one of my certs. HR loves the term ethical hacker. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, definitely. You can use a lot of keywords in your resume, definitely. Or your LinkedIn. Like, have a strong LinkedIn profile. That's like another recommendation, because having resume by itself is not enough these days. You have to also have pretty decent profile on LinkedIn. And other thing what you can try to do is try Pentester Lab, and for each completed course or a section, you will get some kind of certificate, and you can add those certificates to your LinkedIn profile, so it will look like what you're constantly learning something. You can try that. You can purchase some course on Coursera, but those like less known stuff, but you can like show that you're constantly learning for some stuff, and it's like really good sign for HR people for sure. All right, so right now it took me over 3 minutes because I got rate limited. But as I said, like in order to get less rate limits, I could try sleep functions like between each of the requests. So right here, for example, there is a request, so I could like write sleep function and like send request every 5 seconds. So let's try running every 5 seconds. And as you can see right here, it sent a request, waited for 5 seconds, sent next request, waited for 5 seconds, and it's like repeating. We have same mic setup, utterly. Nice. And this microphone, I just reviewed its capabilities, its sound quality. and it looked pretty awesome. And the handle itself, I found second-handed handle for the microphone, because like if you purchase like the fresh new handle, it will cost almost the same or even pricier than the microphone itself, and it's kind of crazy. It's like just a piece of the metal. Why the hell I want to pay for the piece of metal like hundreds of dollars? That's crazy. This is crazy. So my favorite website for finding second-handed goods is Vinted. I found like they added the electronics. There you can find some electronics or like accessories for electronics. So it's getting similar to Craigslist. Like some people do not know what Vinted is. It's like the company who started, it's like a startup. They started only for people to sell their clothes, you know, just not to throw everything to garbage, just for people who want to get rid of their clothes so they could, you know, sell it online instead. And while other people, they could save some money as well. And they started as the clothing company where people could sell, but right now they added a lot of more stuff like kids toys and electronics, and it's kind of getting very popular in Europe, and I know some countries who people like really using. And thing about that company, they actually like that startup is from my country, so kind of proud of it. It's HyperX. Yeah, this is HyperX microphone. And right now, as you can see, I'm not getting rate limited, so I think the 5 seconds is kind of right. Not sure if I tried 10 pages like this, if it will work the same, but we'll see. To be honest, when I first thought about getting into ethical hacking, I never thought the community was gonna be so helpful. Again, I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people are really helpful, and that's really awesome about this community. But at the same time, it could be like a lot of drama queens. Like if you've seen the beginning of the stream, I shown the post which got very popular about person getting banned on the platform, so people could get sensitive. I actually reached out for that person, and yeah, actually he is kind of mistreated, but there could be some drama between different researchers. You know, there was a drama quite recently between people who hunt on VDPs and people who are like mostly hunt on bug bounty programs. And yeah, sometimes it could be toxic, I gotta say. But you should avoid those discussions, and if you are a generous person, like this community could be pretty awesome as well. All right, so let's try switching, like adding more pages and like experimenting with 2 seconds between each of those requests, and let's see if I get rate limited or not. Yeah, that's true. A lot of drama surrounding the CSH in cybersecurity community. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I have reached the rate limit if I use 2 seconds between each of those requests. So let's use 3. Let's wait for a bit. Yeah, I know some people who are against the CSH, but I don't know why you should care that much if the people are just starting out. I don't like those people who are just looking down to the beginners. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong for like taking CSH certificate. All right. That guy 0 day doesn't have any certs from what I'm told. Yeah, well, so there are many people who don't have any certifications and they're really talented. But I'm just talking about average people who are like are not genius level, you know. So taking certifications and trying having foot in the door and like being in the industry is all right, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, I think 5 seconds or 4 seconds. Let's try 5 seconds between the requests to not get rate limited. Will work the best, at least. Hey, thank you for joining. Okay. I'm taking my 7th cert Thursday. Wish me luck. Oh, damn. How many certificates do you have? This is crazy. Okay, good luck on that for sure. But in some cultures, it is not actually a good sign to wish luck for exam. I know in my country this is like that, and Italians, I think Italians, if you wish good luck on the exam, it is not good thing to do. It's kind of weird, you know. It's kind of weird, but this is how it goes. Oh, come on, I still got rate limited. Okay, 6 seconds it is then. 6 seconds between requests is the best, I think. Oh, you mean the attempt? All right. All right. So far, so good. Do test mobile apps. Well, I was testing mobile apps quite a bit. Well, I was working at 9 to 5 job per se. Not 9 to 5, it's different time scale, but you get what I mean, like full-time working as pen tester. I did some pen tests for mobile apps, but mainly I do not specialize on that. While doing bug bounties, my main focus area is on web, because I have the most experience there, and I really like to focus where I'm stronger. So right now I'm not testing those. All right. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Okay, one API key found. another. It's very tempting to open up those files during the stream, but I will try to avoid doing that. Just for the sake, you know, to not leak anything. Okay, it's trying other domain. And the thing is about PayPal, the thing is about it that customers could also use that PayPal domain, and probably they could use PayPal on their stores. So just using this script on PayPal might not be a good idea, but there might be other bug bounty programs which might work even better. So I might exclude this, but I will add some other programs on that. Okay. Are you on HackerOne? Yeah, I hunt on multiple platforms actually. I don't specify on one in particular. Sometimes I feel like it to hunt on certain program, and I don't care on which platform that program is. I tend to prioritize on HackerOne right now due to various reasons. The main reason is the bounty amounts and the trash team. I like HackerOne trash team more than, for instance, bug routes. I mean, if I gonna rate the trash teams which are like the best is on integrity, but the thing about integrity platform, the bounties for like most of the programs are not that great. There are some programs which have some decent bounties for like criticals, highs, and mediums. So I tend to test some programs on integrity, but I like it's not a lot of them. So for the sake of choosing from like more programs, I focus more on HackerOne right now. Are you full-time hunter? I mean, this is your primary job? Well, yeah, but I don't want to say it's like full-time job, blah blah blah. No, the good thing about bug bounties is like I hack when I feel like it. If that day is like not really good day, I feel stressed out, I will skip it, I will do my things. And there might be some days where I like could hack 16 hours straight, you know, and I get really good results. So this is really good thing about bug bounties, the flexibility. So this is, yeah, if you're asking about income, this is my primary income right now, but my secondary are like doing some content as well. And as well, I said like pen test type offers, I tend to get those, and I also do offer some mentorship as well. When testing mobile apps, you just proxy the traffic or do reverse engineering and those more advanced things. I do a couple of things. So for mobile, mostly, yeah, I will just proxy traffic and like test of the most stuff for like the most part. But other things what I will try to do is just run the application through MobSF. If you don't know what MobSF, it's like mobile security framework, something like that. So you will just upload APK file. It will try to reverse engineer it using multiple stuff, and it will give you like a report for many stuff. So I will try checking if some sensitive information is being leaked, if some intents are exposed, and if there is some kind of, I forgot how those things, so I will try to check for links. I think those things are called deep links, so I will try to explore those, but I won't go deep into the code of the application. I don't like reading Java code first. I don't like Java code. Like that's just personal stuff, you know. So I like integrity too. Yeah, like as I say, like I also mentioned this in the on my Discord server. There is a channel of choosing platform. I mentioned like about my personal experience about multiple platforms and my personal opinion about them. Of course, this is like personal opinion, like by my personal experience. So yeah, the thing with Java language, it's really strict. You have to like specify a long list of multiple things. That's why it's safer in the terms of security of the programming language, but it's very verbose language, and because of that verbosity, the developers themselves are also like creating a long list of multiple functions. Like the Java code is meant to like for large corporations, and I don't like to read through like million lines of code, you know. I like to read through like less lines of code. Like that's why I'm using Python. I know it's not the best, but it just gets the job done, you know. So for instance, many cybersecurity tools are written in Python or in Golang. Like this is a current tendency for the most script. All right. Those three were, as you can see, I've ran this script, you know, just not a while ago, but as you can see, some AWS access keys were found. I will remove the access keys from my script. So yeah, like this, boom, this is removed because it's not actually sensitive stuff, you know. Java code is too verbose. Do you think mobile hacking is great? Do you successful hackers on it? Do you mean is there are successful hackers? This is worth my time invested. Okay, I will be honest with you. There are way less competition with mobile hacking, but there are not too many programs who have their mobile apps being used in the scope. But if it's interesting for you, if mobile hacking is interesting for you, definitely you can try to invest your time and you will have less competition for sure. And so you can try that for sure, but like personally I won't bother that. The web is still like the most, you know, the most people are just testing web. I heard about Golang and it seems to be gaining popularity in the security field. Yeah, because the thing about Go language, it is it's really fast. If you are building the tool which aims for like speed, if you're, for instance, FFUF, I think it's being built in Golang, if I'm not wrong. Some tools are also written in Rust. Rust is also used by some people who are building security tools, but mostly Go language and Python. There are some tools written in Ruby, but not a lot of them. Mostly Python and Golang. I missed most of the stream. Is your script looking for PI in GitHub? It's looking for mostly those patterns. So Google Cloud API key, GitHub token, Slack token, those things. But it's not working like most of the security tools. The most security tools, it's actually, let me close everything. Most security tools will just select organization, check the repositories on that organization, and check the contributors of those repositories. And then they will go through all of those contributors and their repositories and check if there are any leaks in that. But most of the tools are not actually using the full capability of GitHub. So there is GitHub search. So for instance, there is PayPal plus access key. So access key is the keyword, and this is like the company domain. So if I use those, there, as you can see, the code. So there are over 1000 results right here, and there are different files which you can manually could look through. Like if you open this, blah blah blah. So my tool will use GitHub API to fetch the list of those different files where this occurrence, like both of those keywords, will occur. And then for instance, if you open this and click on raw, it will go to raw code on each of that and check for those patterns. And while checking for raw links, raw GitHub user content links, it will use threads. So for instance, there is a main function where you can specify how many threads you can have. By default, it's using 5. And the output, the total output will be saved by default to the leak detect txt file. And the next time you will run the same script, it will check this file if the new lines should be added or not, and if new line is being added, it will print to the screen like right here, as you can see. So the new lines will be printed out in the green. Red lines are just basically errors, because sometimes you cannot open those files for some weird reason, and this is like informational stuff to the screen. But my idea is, when the new line is being found, to send this to the Discord. So this is like, I will create new channel on the automation, and it will push the new lines found to the automation channel. Basically, this is like my idea behind it. I think mobile hacking is cool, but as you said, it seems there are aren't many problems that include in their scope. Maybe this will grow in the yeah, definitely this is growing constantly. I mean, there are quite a bit of list of programs who are just adding their mobile after everything is tested afterwards. But you can also try all in scope programs. Those might have some interesting mobile applications for sure. Do you test found PIIs? What do you mean by that? You have to be more specific when asking questions. The PII is personal identifiable information, and this is usually the result of the vulnerability, not the vulnerability class. So if you like testing application manually, you can try to leak that personal identifiable information, but sometimes this is not vulnerability. It really depends on the context. For instance, if you leak personal information on social media, it's meant to be public sometimes, unless the profile is private. Then yeah, it's considered a bug, but in the most cases for social media, it is not a bug. But while on, for instance, I don't know, like admin portal on certain program which nobody should access to, if you leak customers, their names, emails and stuff like that, then yeah, this is quite serious bug. Is DigitalOcean allowing running bug hunting tools running like as a cron job? Yeah, maybe not all the tools. There are certain tools who will like create crazy network traffic. Like I seen some people mentioning in the chat, like to use certain bug bounty frameworks, bug bounty automation frameworks. If you use that in DigitalOcean, they could create really severe network traffic, and you will get email from DigitalOcean about abuse. That could happen. And I think there was certain time in the Twitter where I saw like a lot of people mentioning, oh, this framework resulted a lot more subdomains than other tools compared to other tools, blah blah blah. It's very good, but you have to try yourself. I tried myself, and it was creating so much network traffic, and I said, like, why you need to create that much network traffic? And I also talked with some bug hunters, and one of them actually got their account suspended because of that. So yeah, so you have to be careful. But if you are just scanning for subdomains, scanning for some simple stuff like using nuclei maybe, but not like running all the scripts like crazy person, then if you are just using custom templates, for example, yeah, feel free to do that. Feel free to use cron jobs for that. That's pretty cool. All right, so there is not much to add on this stream. For my final script, I will try to add more stuff behind the scenes. As you can see, there are multiple files, like one file is for domain, other for keywords. So I will add a lot of stuff right there and right there, and like this will be done behind the scenes. And I will also, maybe on the next stream, I will also show how you can also add that for like, you know, Discord to get the notifications. So I guess for this stream, that the amount of content what I shown, that was already quite a bit. So you'll see, like, I might try to add that. I might try to also add some extra stuff, like not only checking GitHub, but also checking maybe Docker Hub. I don't know, not sure. Like, so yeah, it was kind of cool. I hope most of you enjoyed it, this type of content. So the next few days from today, I will try to work on some content as well. So yeah, so that's I guess that's all I wanted to showcase for today. And if you really like this type of content, I really appreciate if you subscribe also on Twitch. I know most of you are currently watching on YouTube, but I really appreciate bump up a little bit my Twitch follower count, because I think I need to grow the Twitch as well. So yeah, all right guys, so I guess I will create another stream. I will create another stream for the next on the next week. So we will see, like, hopefully everything will be all right. Will the code will be hosted on GitHub? Not sure, because it's not yet finished, not yet final. It's kind of lame. I'm not really proud that, like, it's not the best. So okay, yeah, I really appreciate that. So yeah, I guess see on the next stream, really. And also about that, I will also mention in advance, I guess right now, not the same day. Oh, thank you for the follow. Not on the same day, maybe 1 or 2 days prior to that, because if I mention this couple days prior to that, the more people are joining to the stream, so that will work. All right, guys, have a good remainder of the week and see you on the next one. Bye.